welcome back to my channel. I'm just sitting here writing out a to-do list, as always, in my little step-based planner. And I'm just trying to get everything that's in my head right now out on a task dump. So I'm using Step-Base's signature planner, and in between each week, she has this section where you do like a task planner. I don't use it every week, but when I really need to just get things out of my brain, it's perfect. So it's got this task dump section, and I just write down everything that I can possibly think of that I might want to get done anytime soon. I don't always get it done that same week. The point isn't to create myself like a must do. It's to get everything that's taking up space in my brain on the page. So I've got things on there like I need to tidy my bathroom cabinet. I want to finish my crochet cow and my paint by numbers, which are just like little hobby things. I need to do some content for Instagram. I need to buy a few things. And then in exciting news, some of the things on my list are about getting myself prepared for going back to work. So if you're new here, welcome. I'm Corinne. I'm 35, single, live alone. I am a school teacher, and last year I was diagnosed with triple negative breast cancer. So I have not worked for 10 months now. It's mind blowing when you actually say the number, that it's been that long that I haven't been at school. Now, I know a lot of people work through their cancer treatment and all of that. Great for them. Everybody's individual. Everybody has different circumstances. I personally was advised, because I work in a school, a primary school with lots of germs, lots of people in a classroom, that for me personally, while I was doing chemotherapy and immunotherapy, that the best bet for me was to not be in that environment. I was very, very lucky that I was able to go and stay with my parents, who have been very much funding my life for the last 10 months. I'm also lucky that I live in Australia, and so I had a good chunk of sick pay that my employer paid to me, which was very, very handy. I am also on Centrelink, so I'm actually on what we call Job Seeker, which is the benefit systems for people who are looking for work in Australia. When you have something like cancer, so like a illness or a disability that stops you from going to work, you actually have to go through the Job Seeker process, which is a little bit odd. And then you provide your medical certificate and things, and they put you on the disability side of that, so you don't have to do the looking for work element of being on Job Seeker. That is a very minimal payment. It doesn't cover my mortgage. So I'm very lucky that I had built up a whole heap of savings, but more than that, really, really so grateful and so lucky that my parents have been supporting me throughout all of this, because I just could not have done any of it without them. Anyway, all of that to say, she's gone back to work. So I don't have a permanent job. I was on a contract last year. That's obviously ended. I could look for something a little bit more full-time, but I don't want that at the moment. I'm still doing immunotherapy. I still have to go every 3 weeks until halfway through August. And I want the flexibility and the ability to just say, I'm fatigued, I'm not going to work today. I might do 4 days one week. I might do 2 days another week, just purely true casual work. So yes, this week is the first week back in New South Wales for term 2, and I've made myself available, and I've picked up 2 days. 2 days this week and 1 next week is what it looks like at the moment. So I'm super excited about it. I can't wait to jump back into it. I find I personally always do really well when I have a break from teaching, and then when I go back, I'm so enthusiastic and excited about it, which I think all kids deserve an excited, enthusiastic teacher. So on my list of little things to do to prepare to go back to work, I need to get my bag out that I take teaching and work out what's in there, probably charge I think I still have my school laptop, which I probably need to return because technically I'm not employed there, but I better charge that up anyway. I need to work out like what food I'm gonna pack, because I have been loving just being able to look in my fridge and cook things up every day for lunch, but that's not gonna be so easy. I'm gonna have food. I'm going to need food packed each day. And then I also just want to go through some resources. I usually have a Twinkle account, but I think I cancelled that, so I didn't have to pay for it. So I might want to get Twinkle back just because I love having something on hand when you've got, you know, you've been thrown on a class very last minute, you've got 10 minutes and you just need, you know, like a template of a worksheet or something to like get them started while you see what's been left or see what fun ideas you can come up with. So I love having something like Twinkle up my back pocket, go through some of my teacher pay teacher resources, see if there's some things there that I might want to have ready to go. Yeah, just generally mentally prepare myself for stepping back into the teacher role. So that's what this video is pretty much going to be about. I literally just had a text come through and I've also been asked to go into work tomorrow. I am going back to teaching tomorrow. I can't believe how excited I am about going to work. If you had told me 10 months ago that I would be excited when it was time to go back to work, I'm not sure I would have believed you. All right, but it's good, it's good. I'm going back to do a day on library, which I think is the perfect way to ease back into things, see a heap of different classes. There's short little sessions with each class. Perfect way to ease back into things. Okay, just means I have to get super organized today. I don't know what's in here, but this bag feels heavy. It's looking like I just threw everything that I had at school in this bag on the last day when I left. Also, how cute is my little lunch bag that Mum bought me last year? So cute, so cute. Okay, so I've got the laptop that needs to be charged up. And then we've got high potential gifted PD. More PL. This pile is actually a set of maths assessments from my class last year. My term 2 maths assessment. I'm sure I had the intention of bringing that home and marking it, and then I just never went back to work. So many bits of paper. Ah, yes, my hat. I was just thinking last night that I was going to have to buy a new hat because I had no idea where my school hat ended up. My pencil case, but the pens ended up in my classroom somewhere. Okay, it's not too bad. I think it was the laptop that was creating most of the weight. All right, a few bits and pieces, give it a tidy, repack, we'll be good to go. Good morning. It's Wednesday. I'm up, I'm dressed, getting organized and ready to head out the door. I just thought I'd show you what I'd thrown on for my first day back at work. Of course, we've got the headband just to try and do something with this hair regrowth. And then I threw on one of my Active Truth bamboo shirts, just with some black flare jeans. And then I'm going to pop a jacket over the top. This is actually just a cheapie from Temu. But I love the colors and the pattern in it. And I thought it was the perfect way to just be able to wear boring black and then make it a little more fun with the pop of color of the jacket. I will throw some black boots on and then this is me for the day. All right, let's pack some food. All right, lunch for today. is leftovers from dinner last night. This is a very, very simple, basic meal. It is farro, which is an ancient grain. It's a pasta rice alternative. It's turkey mince with a chipotle taco seasoning on it, and then there's feta on top. It was meant to have some spinach through it, but my spinach was not looking too crash hot, so I opted not to include that one. But easy peasy, chuck it in the microwave, lunch done. And then I'm just gonna put together some Greek yogurt, and I have a high protein granola as a little snack. First day back, done. All went well. I'm just sitting, having some dinner. I've made myself a little satay chicken crunch wrap thingy here. But day one, success. It was really nice to be back at work, see all my colleagues, see all the kids, just get into, I guess, what used to be my normal routine, my normal everyday. So I was in the library. I had 2 of the stage 2 classes in the morning. Then I went up to a special ed class in the middle session, and I had kindy to end the day, who were very, very cute. I did forget how exhausting kindy are in the first half of the year, especially on the first day back for term 2 when they're trying to remember how school works. But they were very, very cute. Our librarian is so organized. She'd left me a full day plan, all the activities, everything to do. So it was such a nice way to ease back in quite calmly and not too stressful. My mum looked after my nephew yesterday and they made cookies. And so when I dropped Mason off at mum and dad's this morning, she had a cookie for me to take to work, which was lovely. My nephew is in kindergarten and he didn't want to bring it to school himself because you're not allowed to share food at school. So he couldn't give it to me at school because you don't share food at school, which was very cute. But then I got to find him at recess and show him that I had my cookie. And yeah, I'm feeling good. Energy-wise, I'm not like completely exhausted, fatigued. Obviously see how I feel when I wake up tomorrow would probably be more of a telling sign, but all round positives. Just, yeah, feeling good, feeling like it was time to go back to work and I've made the right choice, and onwards and upwards. Okay, day 2, woke up feeling good, not particularly fatigued, so we're doing well. We're off to a good start. I think that Mason is probably the one struggling with this the most because we haven't had to be anywhere early of a morning. So even though I'm probably getting up at a similar time, I usually just like lounge around the house for hours, or we head out for a WALK. I sit on the couch for a bit and we have cuddles, and now it's get up, eat breakfast. You need to go to your nan and grumps for the day. And I've just put his collar on him. He's not moving. He knows. He knows what the deal is now. He knows we're back to me dropping him off and going to work all day. And so he's making no effort to get up at all. Macy, I'm sorry, bub. We gotta go. Go see Nan and Grumps? You come in? Come on. Come on. Good boy. Good boy. Come on. My goodness, it is so bright out there this morning. Day 3 of back to work. Yesterday went really well. It was nice to just be in one class for the whole day. And the classroom teacher was really happy for me to like do my own thing, or he had things I could have done. But yeah, we kind of agreed second day back. It was just easy for me to kind of do my own thing. We did a little activity I'd found on Teachers Pay Teachers that was all about persuasive writing, and the kids had to design the best donut ever and then convince a store that their donut was the donut that should be sold. It was very creative and fun, and they enjoyed it and got right into it. So it was a really nice day back in the library today, so that should be good. We've also got our Anzac Day assembly, and yeah, it's Friday, so by the end of today I will have made it through 3 whole days of work in a row, and I'm still feeling good, still have plenty of energy. It's getting a little bit harder each morning to actually drag myself out of bed, but I think that's more of a motivation thing, wanting to stay snuggled up in my warm cozy bed than it is an energy issue. But yeah, just wearing a little patterned dress this morning. If you've seen my wardrobe clear out video, I went through and I tried on everything that I owned, and I found that like a busy pattern works great when you have had an aesthetic flat closure, a double mastectomy. So yeah, this is one of those dresses that is a nice busy pattern that still sits really nicely and works well. I've been having a little protein shake for breakfast this morning. I did stay in bed a little bit longer, so I've brought it on the go with me. And then when I get to work, I'll make myself some coffee, and then I have food and snacks and all the things I need in my little lunch bag. So we better get moving. Macy's back there somewhere. Get him over to mum and dad's, drop him off, and get into our day.